I realize that nature is a scam. It's a label. Its meaning is not specific, and mostly refers to places and things that occur away from direct interventions, purposefully or accidentally carried out by human beings. It's basically a word that describes something that's not true. We are a crucial component of existence as we know it and experience it, and are just as much from it and inextricably a part of it. The word nature really means generally things that are not made or influenced by humans. But what can we really take credit for making? And what do we not have any influence on? In my mind, it's clear that we are nature as much as a grain of sand is part of a beach. They're one and the same. Just because we can repurpose materials and make imaginary rules that we quote-unquote own things and quote-unquote made things, I'd say the truth is we just sort of remixed it at best. We may process materials to varying extremes. The amount doesn't inherently make something bad or good as often as the word natural may imply. But we are often worse designers and worse builders than whomever or whatever it was that created nature and the universe. But engaging in things that our physiology cannot handle or was not designed or evolved for can be harmful or deadly, regardless of whether it was processed or not, mixed or readily available in a plant or straight out of the earth. I don't think that whether or not something is dangerous or bad for you has all that much to do with whether or not it's natural. I don't mean to ramble, but I went on this day trip to enjoy the fall foliage with my 2 daughters. It was so beautiful that it felt like I was dreaming at times. I often wonder how strange it is that we must work so hard to be grateful. And we need to experience so much anguish in order to realize how blessed we are. We only really cherish the beauty and miracles of life when we have experienced a glimpse of its tragic nature. The fact that it can all suddenly end, and often violently, or full of pain and suffering in long drawn-out ways. I think, that's exactly why that gratitude often comes with age and experience. Nowadays, optimization is rampant and readily available. We don't have time to stop and smell the roses. Optimization has become this virtual commodity, really. Side hustles, optimal returns, optimal hypertrophy, optimal gains, margins, leverage, views, subs, AdSense, reach, AI hacks, AI bots, and now AI partners, traders, advisors, AI surgeons and therapists, all coming to us faster than we want, faster than we need. Sometimes I think the question is more, can you handle it? Not so much, can you learn it or leverage it? Like, can your mind and body really stomach the breakneck pace and volume of information, user interfaces, and technical adoptions? Why do we need to be faster and do more? Is it because we are competing with each other for resources? Or is it because we've been programmed and brainwashed by words like nature to believe some falsehood about our fundamental rights, value, and our connection to reality and existence? I look at my children and I think I must prepare them. But then I remember, in life, What matters is good food, good sleep, good company, good health, and a good purpose. Food, sleep, company, in other words, relationships and health, are critical to the discovery and pursuit of a good purpose. So that one is kind of an amalgamation of the primary four needs for a good life. Then why do we need to go faster and use increasing leverage? Trees, the leaves, the birds, all the other members of nature don't seem to be in this big rush. Our perspectives are so powerful, the place from where we view things. The purest expressions of those views are what make great art, seemingly masterful depictions of rich, complex, often tormented perspectives, but usually somehow relatable. That relatableness, that's often what makes art so moving. So what does really matter? We are creators, not in a social media sense, but with our consciousness and energy we create on so many layers. Many people don't seem to realize this. I'm not excluding myself, actually, although I do wrestle with and attempt to fully realize this truth, even if it's just for a moment, or in a dream, or a hallucination. There's a seemingly impossible to conquer self with preconceived notions, mental traps, and loads of emotional baggage and habits. But there's nothing to conquer. And these ideas like baggage or preconceived all sound like illusions. They're scams, the word nature. There are no sins, only choices, good and bad. The fall is here. The shadows hang a bit darker, a bit longer and more gnarled. I must prepare my children to enjoy the harvest and to prepare and deal with winter. I must prepare my children while I get prepared. It is endless with eternal endings. If you think about it, the trees reach out not only to the sun, but towards each other. They shield the wind and sway in a coordinated wave, like doing crunches, getting stronger, biting down as their leaves fall in a slow motion burst of flames, like a flickering stop animation.